Well, welcome back to the first day of a week-long feature on influential New Yorkers. These are people really changing lives and making a huge positive impact. And what a great place to start with two young people volunteering at the Jewish Community Center on the Upper West Side, working with autistic teenagers and really enriching their lives. And they're joining me right now. I want to say hello to Abby Rossler, 17 years old. Nice to have you here. And also David Goldberg. You are 18, as we said, volunteers at the Jewish Community Center on the Upper West Side. You know what? Usually when you're talking with teenagers, right, you're busy. This is a time when you're doing all kinds of things, and you guys are volunteering, doing great work. Why are you doing that, Abby?
Well, our school actually requires us to do community service, but I'm doing it way beyond the requirements. I'm doing it for fun. You know, I created GNO as a program. You know, I created it myself. The school didn't require me to do that.
Good.
And so I love it. I'm doing it for fun, and it's an amazing experience.
I can tell. I can see it in your face. You're excited doing this thing. David, you're the same way?
Yeah, same for me. I was required to complete 60 hours. I did that 2 years ago. And I continued going back every day, every week. So yeah, I love it.
Anybody influence you to do this, or is this just all on your own? I mean, any personal feelings for getting involved, particularly working with autistic children?
I mean, I have to thank my school for having requirements, because besides that, I'm pretty self-motivated.
Well, autistic children are very special. And I know that you're doing some great programs, a lot of different programs as well. You're doing some things where you're cooking and preparing food, David.
Correct,
Tell us about that one.
So every week we show up and we have, with the help of our professional chef Elena, we're making pastas and salads, sandwiches, desserts, gourmet food every week. So it's really exciting for all
They
of
must
us.
be having a fun time doing that, right? Good feedback when they're doing that, pardon the pun?
For sure, they love it.
Yeah, right. Now, tell me about some of the programs that you're working on. I saw some video with some kids with karaoke machines.
Yeah. Well, GNO is like a very unstructured program where teenage girls get to experience teenage girls with autism get to experience what it's like to have, you know, an enclosed group of friends, group of girlfriends, and so we go out and do things that, you know, I do with my other friends. So we'll go to karaoke, or we'll go to restaurants and get pizza, or go to Froyo, or if it's rainy, watch movies and just like hang out and just
hang out and do things. How many usually? How many in the group?
Like about 5 to 7 girls.
5 to 7 girls, right?
Yeah.
And do you find that they open up, that they relax more, and they start to talk?
Especially over time, you know, the girls really open up. They'll ask for advice. It's a very trusting and warm atmosphere. Everybody feels super comfortable.
David, what kind of feedback are you getting? Okay, what kind of reaction?
Yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years, so I've watched the kids grow up. I've grew up with them. We've made connections. They open up to me over the years. I've seen them grow as people. It's really great.
Do you find this really rewarding? I mean, at the end of the day, when you've done what you've done, how does it feel when you go home and say, you know what, this is good, right?
Yeah, well, one day, one of my friends, Rebecca, part of the program, she runs up to me and is like, Abby, I missed you. Like, how have you been all week? And like, I went home that night just feeling so happy and just very self-rewarded, because I know that what I'm doing is having a very positive impact on these girls and on me. So.
Right. David, do you recommend that young people get involved in this kind of volunteer work? Why is it so important?
It's so important to give back to your community, I think, and it's an amazing feeling inside. You know you're doing good for other people. And yeah, I totally recommend it to everyone. Does
it influence, you know, your career in terms of what you're thinking about doing with the rest of your life?
Well, I'm very interested in pursuing education. I've had many teachers that have inspired me in many ways and have made a very big impact on my life, and I would love to make that impact on people with disabilities and be able to teach them, and
That's made a difference. I can see that. How about yourself, David? Your ideas of what you'd like to do with your life?
This has totally opened my eyes into the volunteering world, and I could see myself continuing at college and after college volunteering and giving back to the community.
And you need more volunteers, right?
Yes. Right now.
Yeah, go ahead. You can sell it. Go ahead.
Well, at GNO, it stands for Girls Night Out, by the way, and we only have 2 teenage volunteers right now, and it would be great to have more. So I would love if people would like to. You know.
Yeah, there is a website, jccmanhattan.org/special-needs/volunteer. If they go there, right, they'll get the information they need. They can participate in the program just like you, right? You highly recommend it?
I do.
Sure.
Yes,
you do?
it's
You
awesome.
guys are great examples. You know, we congratulate you, seriously, for doing such a good job making a difference in people's lives. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
Keep up the great work. You're making a difference. That's important. Okay, thank you. And by the way, we'll continue our week-long look at influential New Yorkers. Join us when we talk with the Times New Yorker of the Year, a teacher who is literally changing lives in Brooklyn. And that's coming up.